Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang. With me, as always, in the correct order this time, starting first, you love him, Nate the Little Goon Foss.
What's up?
And also with us is everyone's favorite, Dan the Statman Scully.
I feel like I'm using AOL again.
So depending on when this comes out in the next couple of days, either this is a video podcast or it is an audio podcast. We're not going to know until the release, which is kind of funny. But we had 4 games this past weekend, 2 for the ladies, 2 for the men. Kind of, I don't want to say lopsided affair, but interesting to say the least. So we'll pass it over to Dan so we can go over the ladies series with Brown.
Guys, I think we underestimated Brown.
Yes. That was the first thing Nate said to me after the game Saturday. He was like, so, yeah, we kind of didn't give them enough credit, did we?
No.
And I will say...
And so I look at it this way, like, I didn't really have the ability to watch the games. I just kind of following updates and whatever. Who knows? Like, we could have played really, really well and Brown just beat us, or we could have played like crap. Like, who knows? But hopefully it was a little bit of a wake-up call, and they're ready to go. Because
I know talking with Dom at the game on, I think it was on Saturday, at the men's game Saturday, Dom was saying, like, they did beat the number 5 team in the country in the women's ranking. Like, not handedly, but they did beat them. And yeah. I think we kind of overlooked that a little bit. I think we just thought, well, they beat them, whatever, probably was a fluke. They've been weird the rest of the way for other teams. But going back and looking at who it was Brown played, I think we definitely underestimated them a little bit.
I think so.
I think we saw, Ivy League team, we should probably destroy them. And that's not at all what was actually going to happen.
Not even close.
No.
Yeah, remember how we were talking about Jade Aginla?
She good.
Yeah, a little bit.
Brown scored 7 on us combined. She had 3 of them. 2 on Friday, 1 Saturday. So
natural hat trick across 2 games.
No.
Not how that works.
Do you know what a natural hat trick is, JJ?
Yes.
You do know that after her first goal on Friday that Emma Pickering scored, right?
Oh, never mind. My bad. Sorry. Hat trick combined on the weekend then. Sorry for the messed up verbiage. Wait a minute. Nate said the same thing like 2 weeks ago.
Yes, but mine was actually 3 straight goals across 2 games. So.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now. Okay. Like, wait a minute.
She had a hat trick over the course of 2 games.
Yes,
if that's how you want to go.
That's more what I meant to say. Yes, correct.
But
yeah, she kind of
there was 1 penalty in this game.
Yeah.
What is this? And it wasn't on RIT. Is this RIT hockey? Are we sure?
Did we actually play a game and not get called for a penalty?
We only had 1 penalty on the weekend.
Hey, guys. Can you learn a little bit from the women's team, please?
Hearing that sentence is the equivalent of me telling Dan that I saw Bigfoot ride a unicorn today. Like, that's how shocking that is for me to hear. Like,
wow, a game where Emma Pickering didn't lead the team in shots either.
But she did lead the team in goal.
Yes, Kyla Bear, Megan McCormick both had 4. We had 31 shots in this game. They had 21. Did I math? Yeah. So, we outshot them. Maybe, it could have just been a case where we got goalied a little bit. And
very true.
From what it I mean, one penalty. That's just I can't get over that. Like, it did seem like this game kind of flew by a little bit.
Well, there weren't that
So
many face-offs.
no, yeah, that's like or like getting the notifications. I'm like, oh, the game's already over. Like, oh, that was fast.
Yeah.
That Friday game did go kind of quick.
I mean, I guess that's a good thing. But hey, this game really doesn't have much to talk about. It's kind of wild.
That game was very lopsided.
We had 2 shots on the power play. That's great.
That's
Woohoo.
yeah.
Which is that's not necessarily a bad outing for one opportunity.
Right, yeah. And Emma Pickering finally getting a goal. She's starting to I know she got a few last weekend too, but she's starting to heat up again, and it's gonna be I feel like I've been saying as once the puck starts going in the net for her, she's gonna take off.
Yeah.
She's one of those she seems like one of those players that once she gets going, it's not good for the other team.
That seems to be the case too with these last 2 weekends.
I mean, she's got a goal in back-to-back weekends. Let's get her rolling here.
Yes.
So that was a 4-1 final on Friday. That was Sarah Coe's game. And then Saturday, the ladies got shut out, unfortunately.
I would not have wanted to have been in that locker room after this game.
That one was for a good majority of that game, and then Brown gets the first one, and it was just, yep, this is over.
Well, and
the winner of that game was going to be the team who scored first.
I think it's worth noting too that the last Brown goal in both of these games was an empty netter, so that does it does inflate the margin of victory a bit, but 4 power plays for the Tigers on Saturday. Only could put shots on net on one of them. That hurts. Granted, the last power play was 13 seconds at the end of the game. It's garbage time, but
gotta score. Special teams decided the game. I don't know what's going on with the power play this year. It's got to get figured out. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where if your power play's not clicking, you're gonna have a hard time winning games.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a legit comparison. I mean, look at the Sabres this year. Their power play is garbage, and they're not winning games because they can't score on power play. They're not capitalizing on their opportunities. But those are opportunities that you have to start scoring on, especially against a team like Penn State, Mercyhurst, where
they will bury you.
Your goalie can only keep you in the game for so long. And it seems like that was the case Saturdays. Sophia, right? She played.
I think it was Sophia.
Yep.
Yeah, she can only keep you in the game for so long.
And
until they start scoring, and she kept them in it, and especially 3, like we said, only 13 seconds, but 2 power plays in the third, and you gave up 3 shorthanded shots, and you only had 2 total on the night on the power play. That's tough.
I also think there is a little bit of a saving grace here, and that these are non-conference games. Like, in the long run, it's not going to affect our tournament status in terms of our conference tournament. So I look at this and go, okay, we lost. It really sucks that we got swept, but also let's just deal with our conference opponents and then keep going. That's kind of my mindset.
That's all it is from here on out. Every weekend, conference games from here on out. And like I said, I mean, it's kind of a wake-up call. Hey, I know we just crapped on St. Michael's. We thought we were back. Oh, nope.
Humbling experience.
Yep.
Humbling experience.
I'm glad I wasn't in that locker room. Jeez.
Yeah.
I feel like we know Celeste enough to kind of know what her reaction to this game was.
Fury.
Probably not a good one,
No.
which is okay because sometimes you need to hear it. But
Speaking of conference, Dan, do you want to go do our scores around the league? Because I think we're kind of done talking about this here.
Smooth
yeah, tough
transition.
weekend. Tough weekend.
Also, remember how you were just ripping on the Ivy Leagues? Yale beat Mercyhurst 2-0 on Friday.
Yale is good though.
Yeah,
Like-
and
Yeah.
Cornell is too.
And apparently so is Brown, Nate.
And that's like, what, half of the Ivies that sponsor hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercyhurst would get their revenge and earn the split Saturday 2-0. Union beat Penn State on Friday 1-0. And that woke the Nittany Lions up, and they said,
What was the score?
That game was in overtime too, the Friday game. I don't know why it doesn't say it on the main schedule, but the Saturday game was 6-2 Penn State.
It's worth 35-14
Oh,
in that first game. The game Union won.
what?
Wait, what?
30-14.
That's almost impossible to believe. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
Okay, well,
impossible.
that didn't help Union any in
The
Saturday's
two
game.
goals in regulation came in the first. They were 58 seconds apart.
Holy
crap.
Penn State had 18 shots in the third, or in the first.
In the Saturday game, there were 5 penalties, all on Union. The last one was a major for contact to the head, and Penn State scored 2 goals on it.
I mean, 4-2 going into the third. I mean, you're not necessarily out of the game, but shots were 21-3 in the third.
Yeah.
Yikes. Can't take penalties against a team like Penn State. Oh, key to the game.
Special teams.
A little preview to keys of the weekend.
And Minnesota State swept Lindenwood 6-1 Friday, and actually a reasonably close game Saturday for the Lions. 4-3, the Mavericks won. There was also a game this morning. We're recording this on Tuesday. Nate, you want to read the score? Because I don't know if I want to.
Oh god, I didn't see this.
I watched like 2 minutes of this game because I was bored, and then I was even more bored. Colgate decided to put up a 12 burger on Syracuse. 12-0 the final in this really long, obnoxious home and home series.
Oh my
Colgate
god.
outscored Syracuse 21-0.
And what time was that game again?
11:30.
So they had to be at the rink by like 6 a.m. Good Lord.
Imagine waking up that early just to get absolutely slaughtered.
They probably slept in. And they just knew it was going to happen and gave up.
3 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
We were the ones feeling
tough.
that a couple of years ago.
Shots were 60-12. Syracuse had 1 shot in the third period.
Oh my.
Good Lord.
Oof.
Yeah, oof is an understatement there.
Oof. Shout out to the goalie though. 48 saves. That's
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure they did not leave one goalie in for all
There is
12.
no chance. Actually, I could see that
If they
happening.
did,
If the coach,
she's
if they
probably
did, that's pretty crappy.
transferring a la Patrick Waugh.
Yeah, it looks like they split.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
They
no
split
chance that's
between Allie Kelly and Amelia Van Vliet.
Oof.
Actually,
That's
both
it, right, Dan?
teams split.
Well, yeah. Why leave your starter in a 9-0 or 8-0 game?
Because why not?
Colgate's
gonna lose
goalie
anyway.
that was in the third. Save percentage 1,000. One save.
Cool. Save percentage on the season skyrocketing.
Best save percentage in the country, right there. You can ride
Man,
that one to the end of time.
that's crazy.
So just in case anybody forgot what the CHA standings were, I can run through those if you real quick if you guys want me to.
Go for it. This has been a month.
It's been a month, just in case anybody forgot. Syracuse currently is in 6th with only 3 points. Lindenwood is in 5th with 5 points. RIT and RMU are both tied for 3rd with 8. Mercyhurst is in 2nd with 10, and Penn State is in 1st with 14. Obviously, like we said a million times before, no games in hand. No team will ever have games in hand. So, rest of the way, it's conference. You need to win a lot of these games. You got to keep yourself in it. Plain and simple.
RIT needs to steal one this weekend if they want to stay up there with Mercyhurst and Penn State, because Mercyhurst is playing Syracuse. I'm stealing Dan's thunder a little bit. And you got to take one and hope Lindenwood takes one, because Robert Morris plays Lindenwood. So you got to keep them close.
Mm-hmm.
Or else this could get out of hand pretty quick. And we're fighting for a playoff spot. So,
yeah.
Which I'd really like to not do, but hey, better than where we were last year. I mean, we were out of it last year, probably even before we went to Lindenwood, because they were must-win games. And
yeah, we dropped them both. Actually, let's flip it over to Dan for upcoming scores for the week, and then we can preview our opponent.
Upcoming scores or upcoming games? Because I don't think I'm that good at predicting.
0-0.
Everyone ties except for us.
Syracuse
No points for
heads
anyone.
to Mercyhurst, as Nate was getting at. 6 Friday to Saturday. Those game times sound familiar. RMU brings Lindenwood to town 7 and 3. The only other games are ours, but I'm going to skip ahead because I don't know when we're recording next week to Tuesday the 16th. Syracuse brings St. Lawrence to town at 6 o'clock.
Tessa Janicki has 30 points on the season.
Lordy.
But you know what? We
Every
swept
player
Union,
except the goaltenders.
and Union stole a game from Penn State.
They're beatable.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're very beatable.
We've always played so well against Penn State. At least one game.
What is just because I'm curious, they've probably pulled away in it now, but there was a while when we first went D1 that we owned Penn State. Like, not even kidding. Like, we owned them, had their number, every cliche you want.
We need to steal one, at least one.
Yeah, Penn State started to pull away in that. We've actually only won at Pacula twice. So at home, we had a pretty decent record against them. We haven't beaten Penn State since February of 2020.
Okay, so it's been 4 years now, pretty much.
And actually, we swept them that weekend, which is wild.
And then they ended up beating us in the conference tournament. That was the last sporting event that I went to before everything shut down.
That was a tough one to swallow. That's for sure. Well, because they beat us the year before too, and that was. 10 out of the last 13 games we've lost. I mean, that's 3 ties in there too. So let's end that streak.
Sure,
I want to
I
end
like
that
that
streak
plan.
this weekend.
I like that
Steal
plan.
one. Steal one. Because you know what? You know what this is going to come down to? It's going to come down to goaltending and special teams. If we can limit their opportunities in the power play, because I'm sure their power play has Tessa Janicki on it, and it's probably pretty damn good.
What gave you that idea?
They're 20% over 20% on the power play, which is good. In case you're curious, Minnesota's at almost 40.
What?
Holy crap. That's not good. Anyway, it's really good. Unfortunately, or I guess unfortunately they're at no, fortunately they're only at 78% on the kill. So there's opportunities there, and you just gotta find a way to put the puck in the net on the power play. Find a way. Find a way. I don't care how you do it. Put somebody in front. Have somebody just stand there. Tip drill. Tip drill all week. Just sit there and tip it. Every shot that goes near the net. It's the opportunity is there to steal a game. Maybe 2. Do you imagine if we steal 3 points?
So jumping ahead of that prediction, I think we can take 3. I don't think we can sweep. I think we can take 3. I think one of these games will be a tie because historically, at least one of the RIT Mercyhurst games or RIT Penn State games every year.
Wrong Pennsylvania team.
Yep, sorry.
At least he's in the right state.
That's fair. At least he didn't call him Lindenwood.
Thank you.
Now he had better than a 50-50 shot because there's 3 CHA teams in Pennsylvania.
And then one of the teams that isn't is also nicknamed the Lions. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways I could have messed that up. I sit here and I look and go, we've tied them at least once every year. I feel like we're gonna tie them at least one of these games. And I think the other one we can I definitely think we can win a game. We're gonna get at least one win. Whether it's in regulation or overtime, I don't know, but we're going to get at least one win.
Do you imagine if we get 3 out of 4 against this team?
I lose my mind.
They give up goals. They only have 1 shutout on the season. So there's opportunities to score.
And guess what?
Got it. Special teams. It's gonna come down to special teams. All right. We can skate with them 5-on-5.
Yes.
And it's fine if the game goes to overtime because if we win in overtime, we still get both 2 points and they don't get any.
Yep.
Right. Could you imagine if we freaking sweep them? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We'd be 2 points behind them. We'd be 2 points behind them in the standings.
I would love that.
They're the only CHA team we haven't seen yet. So we have 4 cracks at them too. So now I'm going to be realistic here.
We're not sweeping them.
No. But
if we do, I will be very happy, but we're not sweeping them.
Whoever's in net Friday, if they win, they better be in net Saturday. I don't care.
Right.
I rotate the goalies all you want. I don't care.
I feel like it's going to be Sophia
At
Friday.
some point, this team needs to. Holy crap. I just scrolled. Remember when I said we had Penn State's number?
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 straight. We had a 13-game unbeaten streak to start the series against them.
Wow.
And you want to know what the worst part is? We've only beaten them 5 times since.
Let's change that this weekend.
Yeah. 6 ties in the season series. So
let's change it.
Change it.
You can do.
Let's go, ladies. I'm sick of losing to them. I'm sure they are too, especially the seniors.
Yeah.
Sick of it. Celeste's former employer as well. Might we add?
Beat them more than anybody else.
Yeah, that'll feel good for her, I'm sure. But Penn State, yeah, they're good. So gonna be a good challenge. Hopefully good hockey games this weekend too. I like to call. I've been calling this weekend Rivalry Week. I'd say there's a little bit of a rivalry between RIT and Penn State.
Kind of.
I don't think either team likes each other
No,
because
not one
RIT
bit.
is just a pesty. They're a
Thorn
pest.
in their side.
Yeah, like hard to play against, and you have to earn a win against RIT, especially now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought you had most nights you had to earn a win last year, and this year,
The whole new team this year. New team.
I'm excited. It's fun. This is going to be a fun weekend of hockey, especially because we get 3 out of the 4 games at home. So that'll be.
I just hate that
good.
after this weekend, the women only have 3 more home games in the regular season.
Yeah,
Gross.
that's such crap.
Gross.
We got to fit. Hopefully, we had a lot of. What sucks is that there's probably a lot of. Well, no, the Minnesota was a return trip. Union was a return trip. St. Michael's was a return trip. So a lot of potential for a lot of non-conference at home next year, which is good because Assumption's probably coming. RPI is probably coming, unless that was a return trip. I don't think it is.
I don't
I
think it was
can't
either.
remember anymore.
But Brown should be coming because that wasn't a return trip. So hopefully we'll get more home games next year. But that's next year. This is this year. We're taking 2 points against Penn State this weekend.
At
We're
least.
stealing one. We're
At
stealing one.
least.
No, you know what's weird about RPI?
What?
We played them in Troy for 2 games each 2 years in a row. So they owe us.
They owe us.
So
Assuming the contract's written that way, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Contracts, blah, 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 blah.
Switching gears to the men's side now, we had 2 opponents this weekend, 2 different opponents. One on Friday, one on Saturday. We started the weekend off against Clarkson in what I would call a fairly eventful game. Nate wouldn't know because he wasn't there, but so
Jesus, we gave up 10 shots on the power play.
yes, somehow. I don't know.
Holy Christ.
So I will begrudgingly pitch it to Nate because he always talks about the men's segment, but we'll see what he can do with it.
Matty Wild, hottest player in the country. 3 goals.
That
3
goal
games.
was absolutely insane too.
Coming into that game, 3 goals, 3 games. Unfortunately, that got broken on Saturday. But hey,
Hey,
take it.
turkey.
Even strength. Gotta love it. Matty Wild. That kid is so good.
He is insanely good.
I think we focused so much on Fukukusa coming in because he had the ungodly point total last year. But Matty Wild's making his case for Rookie of the Year in Atlantic. He's making a case for it. I'm trying to think of any other rookies around the conference that are. He's really come on though.
There's gotta be at least one that's blatantly obvious that we're forgetting because we always do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then JoJo, duh.
That was a hell of a passing play.
Oh,
that was insanity.
Yeah. From rewatching it, Jesus, what a power play goal too. Like the power play is starting to look like it used to.
Can I also say
and
shoot score was done on that power play and the goal happened and Dan Talbot was very mad because he despised the shoot score.
I love it when we score when we're doing something.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's my favorite thing.
He just fires everyone up even more than they already are.
I do want to talk about that crap no review elbow to frickin' Mahan's face.
Yeah. Morello's life was in jeopardy for a good minute there. We were all trying to hop the glass and go after him for that one. That was absolutely ridiculous.
Maybe don't make it sound like we're threatening anybody, but especially league officials, please.
We were just like, how do you not, like, come on, man.
Okay.
That was
no call on the ice. I totally get it.
Fine.
Because
fine.
Yes.
It's
I'm
right
with
in
that.
front of him. Mahan's got his back turned. You can't see his face. The high official's not going to call that.
Well, and my thing too, like hockey officials have the hardest job on the planet with the speed and everything. Hockey's chaos. Let's be honest. It's
Hockey or
absolute chaos.
basketball? Basketball's pretty difficult.
Basketball's about the same.
Yeah.
I'll give you
So,
that.
but when you have, and I think this is where Dan was going, when you have the opportunity in the rules to go look at it yourself,
Do it.
do it.
Because here's my mindset. When you see Tyler Mahan go airborne and his helmet comes
His helmet came off.
That to me means this man's elbow went up, not in, up. That is intentional. I'm
Do you
sorry.
know how hard it is for a helmet with a cage to fly off?
Incredibly hard.
It's not easy.
It doesn't happen every day.
Again, like
and if you look at it and you come out and say that we don't have enough evidence to say that that's a penalty, then
fine.
Yeah.
At least you looked at it.
Yes.
At least you looked
at it. And
we
can yell at you for making the wrong call after the fact. But the
fact we're still going to yell at you. But
the fact that you didn't even bother to review it was ridiculous.
And Wayne shouldn't have to challenge it if there's an injury.
No. Thank God he got up and skated off on his own power and then returned later. That at least made me happy.
Unfortunately, another player did not.
Yeah.
That was also crap.
They made the right call on that one.
I agree. But come on.
I still hate that Aiden not only left the game but was not playing Saturday. It looked like he caught the elbow to the ribs, and I don't play hockey. I don't know how much padding you've got on your side, but I imagine it's probably a soft spot.
Yeah, no.
So it probably got him pretty good. And after review they called that one indirect contact to the head, so it could be the elbow, it could be the contact to the head, it could be both that had him shaking up.
I thought it was his shoulder that he got really hurt because
that could be too.
Because he skated off kind of holding I can't even see because of my camera, but he kind of skated off holding his arm like this, and I was like, ooh, hopefully it's not like his hand or his wrist or something like that.
So hopefully him not playing Saturday was precautionary.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Because non-conference game, whatever. Right?
Either way, we've got great training staff here, and
agreed.
They, along with the coaches, they're only going to do what's best for the player, and I firmly believe that.
Yeah,
and our depth is so good where it's not like Aiden had to play.
As evident Friday and Saturday, because Gustav Blom stepped up and he had an absolute hell of a weekend.
He's having a hell of a season.
He's playing so well.
The ability to adapt to a new defensive partner. You would have thought that they were practicing together, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I said too, I feel like he earned that opportunity to play on the top pair with JoJo, just with how well he's been playing, and he played phenomenal. Where's Goose? He's only a +3, which is wild. I just feel like he's had a much better season defensively than that. But, I mean, when you only have two guys that are in the minus and plus minus, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And both have only played 5 games this year, so it's... God, this team is so good. Sorry. Anyway, where were we? Grady Hobbs added one also in the first, and then the game went quiet.
Yeah.
Scoring wise, at least. I mean, it seemed like there wasn't really much else.
It was really odd. The first period ended, and I looked back at Randy, and we were both just like, this game is going to get out of hand. Like, we thought we were going to obliterate them.
I mean, Clarkson just shut us down defensively. I mean, they played a good game.
And it was just a defensive clinic the rest of the night.
Well, honestly, not that I didn't enjoy watching the game, but the second period was kind of a snooze fest.
It was.
Mhm.
I was almost like, can this just be over now so we can get to the third? Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
do something. Good
Dude,
god.
oh my god, the second period Saturday took forever.
Yeah.
I guess it was 915 penalties.
The buzzer went, and I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, wait, it's still the second period. Oh my god.
And it's funny to say that the second period on Friday was a snooze fest because both teams had their most shots on goal, or in our case, or in Clarkson's case, tied for their most shots on goal by period in the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel like the majority of them were high quality chances.
I will also say the vibe in the building was just like at the start, like art, like we were pretty loud. The Clarkson group that was there was pretty loud too. But those two goals happened at the beginning of the first back to back, and that Clarkson group just went silent.
Good.
Well, it helped that security told them to put the trumpet away, which I love the
Oh,
enthusiasm from the Golden Knights fans, but please never bring a trumpet again unless you're going to bring a full pep band.
yeah, that was well, and they also were playing it during play, which was the problem.
Yeah.
Now we had recorders, but
Or
we didn't.
don't bring your pep band.
No,
Sorry.
I
have my
mean, I
opinions.
mean, we can't say anything because we didn't have.
Nope, not getting into that.
Technically we did because people from Pet Band were there. They just were playing recorders. That's all that happened.
My name
That
is
was
Richard,
funny.
and I'm sitting in the corner.
The Tanner Andrew penalty for handling the puck was kind of weird too. Did he really like? It didn't look like he closed his hand on it.
Well,
I heard differing opinions. Some people said, yeah, he skated for a good 5 feet with it. Some people said it wasn't even close. It was a hockey play.
Yeah, like you can catch it and put it down, and you can be in motion while you're doing that.
yeah, I
Now,
didn't
if he had
really.
skated like through the neutral zone with it in his hand, sure, right?
I
But
don't. I
I don't know.
didn't.
Weird. That was
I
a weird
couldn't
one.
see that play well enough to really get a grasp on if it was good or not. I still
I
flipped out, but
I had a good angle, but I think I was looking at something behind the play at the time. So I'm like, what are we
Can I
calling?
also
And then I
say-
see the referee go like this.
Yeah.
so jumping to the third now, we're all sitting there and everyone's kind of like got the same thing in their head, like Scarfy's working a goose
You
egg.
know what?
Scarfy's working an S word. We were all saying like Scarfy's working an S word right now. Like this could get interesting.
Yep.
And then like
Mhm.
5 minutes later, doesn't Clarkson score? And we're like, God damn it! But it and the
Oh, it was
Clarkson
blatant offside.
now, mind you,
Like
there's
that
like-
wasn't even close.
No, mind
Yeah,
you, there's-
I called it out.
Tim looks over at me and he goes, "It's not even close."
yeah.
No,
So-
I saw it live, like watching it. Like I was at the post game establishment after.
You mean the bar?
Yeah, I was watching it on my phone, and I saw it live. I'm like, no way that's gonna count. I'm like, how do you? It was so far offside. I can't believe they missed it.
So we're sitting there.
Like usually it's
How do-
bang bang, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm all for letting it go and looking at it later if it's bang bang. But this wasn't even close.
So we're sitting there, and the minute they go to the neutral zone, I just hear someone, I don't know who was up top, just yell offsides. And I'm like,
It's probably Aaron.
It might have been Aaron. Probably
It was
Aaron.
probably Aaron because
I literally hear someone yell offsides. The goal happens. The Clarkson fans go freaking nuts. And I'm like, dude, there's like 3 minutes left. And it's 3-1 now. Like, I highly doubt y'all are coming back.
that's a lot of time.
I
for
know,
someone like
but-
Clarkson.
But from how well we played them, you never know. So that goal gets called back, and you could just see, you could tell, like just by their body languages over there, they were done.
Yeah,
They were done.
yeah.
And it got called back, and I saw a handful of Clarkson fans get up and leave.
Bye. They're lucky I wasn't there. I would have been waving and yelling the entire time.
Oh,
I
were just
hate
laughing at
Clarkson.
them.
Just so everybody, if you haven't realized it, I cannot stand them.
Spoken like a true RIT fan.
Drunk obnoxious people all the time. Sorry. We're just obnoxious, but when they're pounding drinks before games because there's nothing to do in Potsdam, it's just annoying.
Can
I'm
I
so
say
excited to go next year.
Can I say I absolutely oh my god. Can I say I absolutely loved the whiteboard of things to do in Potsdam? We just put leave and go to
Leave.
Canton. And then the next
Which
night we
Canton might not be any better.
and then the next night we flipped it and it said what things to do in Canton, leave and go to Potsdam.
Leave and go to Rochester.
Leave and go to
Or
Watertown.
Yeah, Watertown, something.
Or Waterloo, at least the outlets are out there. And there's a Shake Shack.
Dude, that's the main reason I can't wait to go. It's the Shake Shack
Shake
stop on
Shack
the
over
freeway.
there.
I can't wait to go to Syracuse in a few weeks just for that reason.
Just for Shake Shack.
Yup.
Oh my god.
There's another very good reason to go to Syracuse in a few
Exactly.
days.
So Tommy ends that game with
but
Tommy ends that game with his 7th shutout in his RIT career. Now, as Nate pointed out,
let me confirm. Yes, 12.
Now, Nate pointed out in our group chat earlier that Shane Matalora, the absolute
13,
psychopath, the psychopath that he was, has 13 shutouts.
He's only halfway to breaking.
It
helps that. Here's the thing. It helps that Shane had 7 in a season.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, there's a couple weeks ago, somebody brought up the rank all the RAT goaltenders in the Division I area. Shane Matalora is number 1, and it's not even close.
Yeah, it's him.
He was an animal, and he only started for 2 years. He had 13 shutouts in 2 seasons.
That's unheard of.
Bonkers.
How many shots?
He's also after Saturday too. He's also 2 wins away from the Division I win record as well.
So that means
also the shutout record is a school record, not just a Division I record too, by the way.
Which is even crazier.
Wild.
Shots off the post on Friday. How many between both teams?
There was 4.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I've got
7.
5.
Okay.
I thought there was 4.
That's crazy.
I think there might have been one that didn't ring out across the entire arena.
Oh, yeah, there was definitely 4 that did.
I hate those. Someone just go clunk. I like the ding. I love those. That is one of my favorite sounds in life is puck off the post.
You're holding your breath when you hear that.
Especially when you get the crowd roaring the horn right after because you went bar down. Oh.
Listen, there are 3 sounds in life that everybody pretty much loves. That noise, field goal post doink, and the oh my god, was it the seismic charge from Star Wars? Those 3 are just can't be beaten.
Can't believe he didn't say a pitch hitting the catcher's mitt.
No, I'm sorry.
No, the sound of the ball off the bat on a no.
That's a very satisfying noise, but seismic charge beats both of those.
The mitt pop's always better than the bat. I'm sorry.
All right, whatever. Good win, 33 save shutout for Tommy. He's just unreal. He
wasn't player of the game though, which I thought was kind of surprising.
He was number 1 star. He was number 1 star both games.
I'm talking the chain.
Oh.
Matt Wild got the chain. Matt Wild got the chain Friday. Tommy got the chain Saturday.
Yeah, whatever. Tommy was unbelievable. Tommy was the only reason we won on Saturday. Well, we tied, but Tommy's the only reason we tied on Saturday.
Don't give me that shit. So we won.
We tied, damn it.
We tied.
And shut the hell up. We won.
Even Nate agrees with me. That never happens.
Nate's opinion is in doubt. We've been over this before.
Good Lord. Shots on goal in that game ended up being 47-43.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good Lord.
Goalie battle. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Also, so let's jump to that game. We scored first, obviously.
Can we talk about that pass from Goose? Oh my God.
Backing up
Oh
a-
my! What a pass!
backing up my
The pass
lunch
from
watching that
Mahan
happen.
was unbelievable to Gonzo, but the
Oh,
pass from Blom to get it up there was disgusting. Oh,
it was like through some dude's feet, and I'm like, oh, here it comes. Here comes the
and
goal.
then Gonzo, the hockey IQ to go back the other way, like towards the pass. Cross had no chance once Gonzo got the puck.
Yeah,
No chance.
It was
And
done.
let me
That
tell
was a
you, Ben
goal.
Cross was unbelievable in this game.
He played so well. He played so well.
KJ, you were right. This was a goalie duel, and
It was a goalie.
it was
goal.
a fun goalie duel too. It was frustrating, but looking back on it, now, it
Oh
was
my
a fun
god!
hockey
The
game.
one JoJo shot where it hit the post. I wanted to jump off the seat that I was on, hit the ground head first.
Ping.
Yep,
Oh, it hurt. I'm like, that would have been the game.
that was it. That was the game. I know
was the
exactly
shot
which
that I
one
knew
you're
this
talking
is
about.
not going to be. This is not going to end
Yeah.
well. Oh, God almighty, that was ridiculous. Now,
So, Nate,
The overtime was fun too.
I'm out. Wait.
You know how you were saying, holy, we gave up 10 power play shots on Friday?
Yeah,
Do
We
12.
gave
I
up
want to know this
12
number?
on Saturday.
Jesus.
Hey, the PK still put up a goose egg this weekend.
That's true.
So that's good.
2 weekends straight. they've
Back-to-back
done that.
nights giving up 6 shots on goal on 1 power play.
That's
Hey,
impressive.
sometimes you need your goalie to be your best penalty killer.
Yeah.
And
Can I also
Tommy, this was one of Tommy's better weekends, and it sucks because he deserved a win. He deserved a win on Saturday.
I'm going to say that there is one person we can blame for the Saturday tie, and that is Gene Battaglia, because this dude says during the broadcast, Scarfoni currently working a shutout, and then 30 seconds later, St. Lawrence scored. And I sat there, and I'm standing next to Jake, who is listening in his hearing aids to the to the TV broadcast, and he immediately just yells, "What the hell, Gene?" the minute he says it, and then the goal happens, and he was furious. He's like, "Can someone tell Gene to stop saying the S word?" And then the goal happened.
They do it all the time.
I know, it drives me insane. Ugh. Even the
the radio
don't
guys
say
are
it.
guilty of it a few times too.
Yeah, but like you don't say that. That's like the one thing you don't ever do is say the S word during.
You never say shutout, and you never say no hitter.
Oh yeah, no.
Ever.
You can
Ever.
You can say there.
And you don't go anywhere near a pitcher if he's pitching a perfect game.
Oh
no.
No. What was it? I read something that Devin Levi for the Sabres literally just puts his headphones on in the locker room when he's playing and doesn't listen to a single thing Granato says. Which is fine. I don't talk to your goalie, man. Keep him in his zone.
Advice anyways.
This was a great hockey game. And it sucked because I thought we played well enough to win the game.
Fukukusa's goal in the shootout was absolutely disgusting. The video of that from the angle I saw it up top was even better than seeing it down up front.
Oh, yeah, it was disgusting in front of my own two eyes. But when I saw the replay, I was like, oh, this is even better. I saw him after the game and I said, dude, that was disgusting.
I will say, I'm honestly going to say, when the shootout started and Tanner Andrew came out first, everybody was looking around like, why is Wilkie not going first? Like, what is this?
Tanner Andrews got sneaky hands.
He does have sneaky hands. And when Wilkie's shot, I don't want to say looked lazy, but it just seemed, I don't know how to say it without being rude. Like, it didn't seem like it was his best attempt. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But Fukukusa went out there and I was like, I like this. I like this decision to have him go out there. Everybody else was like, why is it not Lasky? And I'm like, I like this move more than I like Lasky.
Here's the thing.
I like this.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad they did a shootout though, because I think morale wise, it feels like a win. which is good. I know it's not, and
And because
I
it's
don't
non-conference, it means literally nothing.
right. But we haven't, as far as I can remember, we haven't had a shootout all year, so it's good to get the practice in.
Yeah, I don't
But
think we've had one. Honestly, I don't think we've had.
because God forbid we need it late in the year.
Yeah, no,
To,
that was
like,
our first
No, we've done one.
shootout of the year.
Let's also not forget that Tommy was also 3 for 3 on shootout attempts. So
Yeah, he was good.
That's only our
They had no
second
chance.
shootout in the last 2 years.
Are you
I would say
serious?
we don't get to shootouts very often
Because I remember the AIC
because we
shootout.
either score or we give up a stupid goal in overtime.
Then there's that.
Yeah, but
We had 4 of them in 21-22.
Remember when the shootout used to just be sudden death, like right from the start, and that was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard in my life.
And remember when the NCAA changed that rule and the referees
And said,
forgot?
"This is the stupid." Yes, I remember. I wish I was at that game. You lucky bastard.
Let's go to our scores around the league real quick before I go into the current conference standings.
Ouch, women's basketball is down almost 30 against Ithaca.
They were losing it by 10 at halftime. What happened?
They are no longer doing that.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. We're gonna go back to January 2nd because we were recording while these games were being played.
Correct.
Bentley took down Army 5-2 down at West Point last Tuesday, and Merrimack beat Holy Cross in overtime 4-3. On Friday, AIC and Holy Cross skated to a 3-3 tie, AIC winning the shootout 3-2. Where's the other half of that series does exist. I found it. Holy Cross won the other half of the home and home 6-2. Mercyhurst.
We had a ton of games.
Mercyhurst and Sacred Heart split. Sacred Heart scored 2 goals in each game. Mercyhurst scored 7 on Friday and only 1 on Saturday.
That was big for us,
too. That was massive. We'll get to that in a minute.
That was huge.
What? Oh, fun. One of Mercyhurst's players.
Not what I thought you were about to say.
Yeah, I was expecting a word that sounded like fire truck.
Yeah. just the way you started
that yet either.
See college game day clip.
Yes.
In the Friday game that Mercyhurst won 7-2. They gave up a 7-minute power play because one player got called for a minor for a cross check and 5 in a game for spearing it all at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And they were already shorthanded at the time.
And then they scored shorthanded to make it 3-0.
We interrupt this broadcast of Atlantic Hockey to bring you the WWE.
Ladies and gentlemen, Atlantic Hockey, the biggest crapshoot of a conference in college hockey.
I'm sorry,
absolute
AEW,
and utter chaos.
God almighty.
People hate on Atlantic, but it's so much fun.
I have to go back and look at the replay of that game now, just for that period of time. Niagara flew out to Denver, contrary to what we thought. They did not play Clarkson and St. Lawrence this weekend. Denver swept them easily, 5-2.
I wouldn't say Friday they got their asses handed to them. I mean,
6-1.
Friday it was 5-2.
Yes.
But if they don't score, hang on. If they don't score on themselves, it's a 2-2 game going into the third.
I forgot that happened.
It was 3-2 going into the third. That's a good showing against Denver.
Wait a minute. Time out. Are you meaning to tell me this is Niagara's third straight consecutive season with an own goal?
Yes.
Third straight consecutive. You just said two things that mean the same
Whatever.
thing.
It's the most Niagara thing I've ever heard in my life. You've scored on yourselves 3 times in 3 years. That's ridiculous.
Robert Morris had Stonehill in town. Swept them easily 8-1, 7-3.
Ooh.
Air Force went to Bentley and swept them 3-1 and 7-3.
Another killing there.
I'm starting to feel more comfortable about Bentley.
Canisius took down St. Lawrence on Friday 5-1 and then lost to Clarkson 4-3 on Saturday. And Army had a single game at Penn State Saturday, which Penn State won 7-6.
Penn State scored 5 unanswered goals.
That was weird.
Army was up 6-2.
That was actually the funniest thing I'd ever seen. I'm like, how do you blow that?
Actually, hang on. Let me read you the text message I got. Dan, I also found the altercation in the Mercyhurst Sacred Heart game, by the
That
way.
was quick.
The text message I got from my friend who goes to Penn State. If you don't know, Penn State's coach, his name is Guy Gadowski. He said, it's Guy Godover. Penn State hockey is cooked. And I said, Army's good, though. And then he said, never mind, we're so back.
Never mind, we're so bad.
He speared him in the neck.
And they only called a game misconduct and not a DQ?
That's
If you're
Hang on,
spearing somebody
I'm screen
in the
recording it
neck,
right now.
you
Hang on.
probably
Dan,
keep going.
deserve to be DQ'd.
I need to see this.
Keep going. I'm screen recording it right now. I'll send it to you in a minute.
Actually, tonight in Puck Drops in 3 minutes, Sacred Heart hosts Army.
Big Army fans tonight.
Then
Big Army fans tonight. Seriously.
Huge.
Then the far western New York schools both host games on Thursday. Canisius hosts Mercyhurst, and Niagara will host us. We'll get to that in a minute. Friday, Holy Cross heads to Army. Friday games at 7, Saturday game at 4. Minnesota brings Robert Morris to town for a non-conference series. 7 and 5 Central Friday, Saturday. Bentley hosts the first game of a home and home on Friday with Sacred Heart, 7:05. Return trip is a 7 o'clock start in Connecticut. Air Force brings AIC to town. That's the longest trip. Is it the longest trip? No. I don't know. I don't know Massachusetts geography.
Bentley would be the longest.
I was gonna say
But
that's probably the longest.
They all fly out of Boston, I'm sure. So
it might actually be longer because AIC is probably gonna drive to Boston.
all right, JJ, turn your volume down.
I'm watching
spear
this.
to the neck.
Yeah, I don't want to get copyright struck.
Robert Morris is gonna get crapped on.
Correct.
Just saying. Did you say them yet? Or?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Where's the spear?
And Mercyhurst
keep watching.
Brings Niagara in for the other half of this weird travel partner type series thing going on.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, and I actually don't mind it.
ECAC light.
It's very ECAC.
And on Saturday we will host Canisius. Gotta remember to bring the riot pad for that.
Okay, I don't see where this spear occurred, Nate, but all right.
JJ, he throws his stick into his throat.
You and I have different versions of the word throw. More like he just pokes him in the neck, but he doesn't throw it at him.
That's still spearing.
I mean, sure. I mean, sorry.
That's textbook spearing.
Sorry. I grew up watching wrestling. I hear spear and I think killing someone like that and ending them with a 1, 2, 3.
Learn hockey because it's definitely spearing. It's using your stick as a weapon.
Okay. Sure. That makes sense.
Rivalry
at the-
weekend.
Yes. Before we get to that, though,
Rivalry weekend.
before we get to that, looking at the current standings for Atlantic Hockey, Army has returned to their rightful place at the bottom in 11th with 10 points. Robert Morris resides in 10th with 12. Niagara is in 9th with 15. Canisius 8 with 18. Bentley is 7th with 19. Air Force is in 6th with 20. They are slowly but surely making their way up. Mercyhurst and Holy Cross are tied for 4th with 21. AIC is in 3rd with 25. We have dropped to 2nd with 27 points. Sacred Heart is now in 1st with 28. Now, looking at this a little bit further, we have a game in hand on Sacred Heart.
We're about to have 2 after
We're
tonight.
about to have 2, which will be huge.
And they also play this weekend. So,
yes.
yeah, Dan has the right reaction to this.
I'm sorry. I don't know how they didn't DQ him.
How is that not a DQ? And they looked at it.
My definition of spearing is much different from the hockey version of it. So, anyways, AIC has 14 games played. We have 12. So we have 2 games in hand on AIC. I believe that will still be the case after this weekend, correct? Yes, because they play Air Force.
Because they play Air Force. Yep.
So if Air Force wins and we win, that
next weekend we catch up to AIC on games played.
Correct. When do we catch up to Sacred Heart? Because they have like a weird number of games.
They play the Connecticut Ice tournament at the end of the month while we play Bentley. So that's where we catch up with them.
That's where we catch up. Okay, that makes sense. So this Army
that Connecticut Ice tournament might be interesting.
It could be very interesting. So this Army game tonight has some implications, because if Sacred Heart drops down, if they're only 1 point up on us with us having 2 games in hand, this weekend becomes massive because 2 wins would jump us ahead of them a good bit.
We'd be 5 points.
We'd be 5 points ahead of them.
Well, depending on what they do this weekend too, but
correct.
Yeah, this is a big weekend. Every weekend's big from here on out. It's the second half. It's time to get rolling. I'm very, very excited for this weekend.
So am I, especially Thursday.
Going home on Thursday.
Going to our third home. I'm not gonna give them pleasure being second
on Niagara social media.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know what? We live rent free in their friggin' heads. Like care less. I hope we end up on their guy. I want to make something to have them put on there. That'd be funny. Like, hey, put this on your Instagram. And it's like Bart Simpson mooning them or something like that.
No, I want to save that for the second Niagara series, because if we go 3-0, I'm going off.
Oh, that will be the Instagram will be.
You mean the series that also includes a Thursday game?
Yeah.
You know what? This just proves they don't give two whats about their.
Oh, that chirp's coming out, by the way. I'm bringing that chirp out.
I just sent the spearing clip to a buddy of mine,
D1 team,
and he goes, "Yeah, that probably should have been a DQ." Oh, by the way, I know that linesman. He also worked a juniors game over the weekend on Friday with the little brother of Peterkin, who was refereeing our game.
Good Lord.
Small world.
Yeah, small world.
The hockey world is a small world. It's crazy.
As we saw from Tate McRae sitting next to Carter Wilkie in the middle of the
that's
Classic.
Niagara, it's here, baby. Been waiting for these games all year. I feel like it's weird we haven't played Canisius or Niagara yet.
And now we get to.
Now we get to.
We should win both these games. They are both bottom teams right now.
We said that last year too. Should.
Good.
And then Niagara.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
I don't see that happening again. I really don't.
The Niagara Purple Chickens.
Purple Freaks.
They're
Purple People.
They're not a bad team. I mean, Jarrett Fisk is having a decent year. He's got 6 wins on the year. A 909 save percentage. He gets the start. Looks like they take some penalties. So number 22, Lane Brockhoff, has 38 pens this year.
Oh no.
Dan, good thing you're not working this one. And they still got some talent on the team. Shane Ott, Joseph Misak, Carter Rancliffe.
Misak is still there. How he still
Misak is still there, dude.
how does he still have
he's a senior.
eligibility?
Niagara
He's a
has
senior.
5 majors on the year.
Okay.
Let's add 5 more during this game.
I mean, there were a couple DQs in the Saturday game or the Thursday game last year.
Hate us.
They don't like us. We don't like them.
Canisius has 6 majors. We've got 7.
This is gonna be So what's gonna determine this weekend, gentlemen? Special teams.
When does it ever not determine a weekend?
Niagara, they've proven that they can beat us.
Not this year, they haven't.
Not this year, but I don't want to go into this series thinking, oh, we got this. It's over. Like, no, that's not. No, we can't do that this year. We cannot afford to lose to the team that's 58th in the pairwise.
No, we should blow them out.
58.
For those of you that don't know, there are only 64 teams in college hockey, and Canisius is 59.
Oof, even worse.
Which is crazy because their records don't seem like they should be that low compared to the rest of college hockey this year. But yeah, it's gonna be.
So they're doing
theme
nights
this
for
game's
both
gonna be
of the Thursday games they play against us.
Yes, it is disco night on Thursday, by the way.
And isn't Star Wars night the next Thursday we go? And we're gonna have the army of troopers going.
Are you bringing the trooper? You better bring it.
I was gonna say maybe point at the helmet instead of the door.
You better bring it.
Maybe.
There's a Tuesday game between Niagara and Canisius later this year.
Why do they just hate everyone? Like, why do they just hate people? Subjecting people to weird Tuesday night crap.
And you know what's funny? I'm pretty sure the Sabres are playing that night too, not gonna lie. Yeah, they are. Why? What is the point?
Because they're dumb. That's what. Nothing they do makes sense.
Why would Canisius play a game the same night the Sabres are playing?
They don't care.
You are asking to have nobody there.
Nate, what's the difference? No one goes to watch them anyway.
They could at least get somebody.
You mean the 3 people that will show up from C Block and put their sticky notes up on the board? Whatever. Clowns.
I'm excited for Saturday because it's a little personal in the Goon household. Yup. Means a little more. Canisius also decent. I mean, they're not horrible. They're missing Barzo big time.
They're missing a lot big time.
They are missing Jacob Barchevsky big time. They're giving up a lot of goals.
And we should capitalize on that.
Yeah,
because our offense is insanity, so we should capitalize on that.
Canisius gives up 3.2 a game. We give up 2.3. The game Saturday has blowout potential. It does. But Canisius does also have our number at GPC recently. I don't know if that was just Barchevsky or Canisius in general.
It was just Barchevsky. He was insane those few games.
Yeah,
and then there's that one where we put up 10 in the middle of it.
Yeah. So it's weird that we only go to Harbor Center once, and it's the last game of the year.
I kind of love that. Take the keys to their house on a high note.
I'd rather play every team on our side of the conference 4 times. 2 at home, 2 on the road. I hate this whole.
Even happening. Like, what is the deal with that?
It's the weird schedule. The way Atlantic Hockey's doing scheduling.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
It's what two teams you play 3 times, and for us they're Niagara and Canisius.
which makes
Yeah,
sense.
and
They're the closest.
yeah, it's interesting how the schedules work. I hope that's part of Michelle's plan is to fix the scheduling. What we need to do is we need to get a 12th team in, or we need to kick somebody out. Of course.
I
But
don't
they
think
won't
that's
leave
going
Army.
to happen.
That's no, they're
They
gonna
won't.
keep
They
doing it.
won't leave Army. The
No, they'll
Atlantic
leave
hockey. We
Or
just need like
we should get Navy.
not happening. If it hasn't happened yet, it's not happening.
If they ever decide to make a team one day.
They were gonna do it, and then
They've said
COVID
that
hit.
for the last every year.
No,
ever.
they were going to do it, and then COVID hit.
So they should go back and try again.
They were getting. It's a lot of money, dude. Hockey's a lot of money.
You understand who funds them, right?
Us.
The U.S. government.
Right.
I don't think we're running out of money anytime soon.
You know what I mean. JoJo has 5 game-winning goals. Jesus Christ. That's got to be up there in the country.
Oh, JoJo, what a dude.
I
expect big things. I expect big things from Lasky this weekend, especially Saturday. I expect big things from JoJo on Thursday, and from Fukukusa. Honestly, I think
let's see. I'll feel a lot more comfortable if Aiden's in the lineup, but if he's not, I'm okay with it. Keep him out as long. We have the depth. We showed it. If he's not 100%, there's no point.
Let him sit a week.
Let him sit.
We'll be okay.
Get him to 100. I'd rather have everybody ready to go in March.
JoJo's tied for second game-winning goals in the country.
Who's first?
Matthew. I don't know how to pronounce this dude's last name. He's from Arizona State.
Okay,
Copperwood.
Yeah, bomb.
Also, isn't Cutter Gauthier the one that said he's not playing for Philly?
Yeah, that was wild.
He's the one that's tied with JoJo.
There's another Sillinger brother. Jesus. He's got 28 points at ASU this year.
I'm glad we don't play them this year. Good God.
They're good this year, too. ASU might make the tournament.
They're really good.
They might make the tournament. They can't afford to lose a game, but they might make the tournament this year.
As an independent, too, which is nuts. They could have won. Yeah, who knows?
They play. This is a big weekend for them because they play Cornell. Canisius, where was I with them? Like I said, they're missing Barzo. I mean, Mateo Giampa, Jackson Decker, Max Kuznetsov. You know, the normal cast of characters. They lost a lot last year, though.
Super seniors galore. That's what they had.
Yeah, there's a reason they won Atlantic hockey. They were deep and they were experienced. Hunter Andrew. That name sounds familiar.
I wonder
the younger brother of Tanner.
Why.
I have a fun off-air story that I don't think I've told you guys, so I'm not going to say it on here because I'm not exposing people, but I will tell you off-air. It's very fun. Anybody that wants to hear it, come find me.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't tell anyone on air, but invite everyone to hear it off air. That's great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll tell anybody that wants to listen. I'm not saying it on air, though. Because I'll just deny.
And now that's on, public record, so that's great.
Can't prove it.
Ouch. Kicked my chair.
Did you just kick something?
I just kicked my own chair.
I'm gonna go. So I'm not gonna break the broom out Saturday because it's not a weekend sweep of an opponent, but I'm gonna go sweep.
I'm thinking the same thing. I think big scores both games. I'm thinking 4+ in each game.
Closer Thursday.
I think
it'll be closer Thursday.
I think it'll be interesting.
Here's the thing with Niagara, though. We're getting Niagara on a short week.
Yeah, because they got to fly back after getting their butts handed to them by.
Because I'm sure they flew back on Sunday. They probably took yesterday off.
So they have today, tomorrow.
Maybe I don't know. They don't have
maybe
classes right
Thursday
now, so
morning.
maybe they did a light skate, but they only get 2 practices in a morning skate, and we got nights in our own bed. That's good. So, and it's not like it's a long bus trip either, which bus legs are a thing. I'm sure we'll skate here on Thursday and then go out there, but the first 10 minutes of the game will tell you everything, if just because of the bus legs, and we'll see. Maybe JoJo will break another pane of glass during warm-ups on Thursday.
That was the funniest thing ever
So
when that
funny.
happened.
Because right at the end, he took a clapper from center ice and just shattered the glass.
Wasn't there?
Although I don't know, they just replaced the boards, so they might be using plexiglass now. I'll be really sad. I love the sound of actual glass.
Wasn't there an NHL game where Dion Phaneuf broke glass
The
twice?
same pane of glass twice. In the same period. That's so funny.
You couldn't have made that up at all.
No, you couldn't.
I think these. I'm very confident about Thursday, and I'm very confident about Saturday.
Yeah,
I think we're
I'm
better than
confident.
them.
I don't want to say
think
we're gonna blow anybody out, but
no, I think we're much better than each
you
of them.
did.
Okay, I said 4+ each game. That doesn't mean they can't also score 2 or 3. Who knows?
Yeah, we're also talking about Tommy Scarfoni here.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. I don't know. I feel like Tommy these last couple weeks has been, especially this past weekend, he's been like the human torque level hot. So there's that. And then there's the fact that the offense has been clicking also. So I definitely think against a weaker defensive opponent in both those teams, we should have no issue. Should being the key word there.
Mm-hmm. It'll be a good weekend of hockey, I think.
Did we get Dan's prediction yet?
5 points.
5.
Why you gotta be this way? Can you not just say 6 and make everyone happy?
No.
Which game are you saying goes to OT?
Thursday.
Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
It would be an improvement on the last time I went to a men's away game.
Yeah, Dan, if they lose, you're done.
Yeah, you are never
you're
allowed
done.
to travel with us.
Sorry, I'm
going
to make an executive decision there. You're done.
Banned forever. it's Jover. You're finished. So
maybe if we lose for the February 1st game, I just gotta bug Tim to let me upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean upstairs at Niagara? It's some scaffolding and a ladder. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's steps. It's technically upstairs.
It's scaffolding with a ladder turned sideways. That's pretty much.
This would be the prime game to take over their club section too. By the way,
those tickets are $30. It's not.
I'm not. No, I already have to spend freaking 15
Didn't
on
Zoe
metal
do
bleachers.
that a couple years ago with Lexi? They bought tickets and they just sat there the whole time.
Lexi bought them.
That was
whatever.
The funniest thing.
All right.
I really want to know how many people are going to be there for them Thursday.
They'll have a good amount of townies, I bet.
Are they back from break though? That's the thing.
No, but they'll have townies. Their youth program is actually really, really good.
Yeah, and they're really annoying. They always go up and just sound like a bunch of screeching squirrels the whole time.
But it seems like they're always there. So
I know of at least one player that was a Niagara Junior Purple Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Emma Rowland.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me started. Whatever. Let's roll.
Yeah, let's get this weekend going. I'm excited for Thursday.
Very excited.
Shall we wrap it up, gentlemen?
Awkward
Sure.
silence.
I don't know if you got any final thought they'd like to make. I'm leaving the floor open.
God, let's go.
Thank you. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. with that being said, let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching. If you've not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you are notified when every new episode does go live. Leave a comment in the comment section. Even if your name is not Aaron Huss, we will still respond to you. Does Aaron even leave comments anymore?
Yes.
He does? Okay.
Yes. Go read the last one.
I don't. Oh,
it's
God.
directed at you.
Even better. Even better. Instagram is the thing. We are slowly but surely getting close to 2,000. The contest that we may or may not have actually done a thing for yet. I don't know. Is good at either
Probably not.
Men's basketball at Ithaca was just postponed because there's a leak in their roof.
Get a better arena, Ithaca.
Division 3.
There we go. Yes, follow us on Instagram. There's been all kinds of funny memes stuff on there. Thank you to Ryan West for continuously pumping those out, like at a very scary rate. Discord is also a thing. You can also see the memes there before they end up on Instagram if you like them that much. Instagram is also where we will be planning a bunch of the future away game trips, such as Syracuse. By the time this comes out, the Niagara trip will already be kind of figured out. But the second Niagara trip and the other trip out to Canisius, so that will be very fun. Be ready for that. Are we doing Robert Morris or no? I know I'm not going, but I don't know.
I'm not going.
So probably no one going to that, but maybe next
If you
year.
want
I
to go
wouldn't
and
say
figure
no
something
one,
out with
but-
people,
That's why
Go
Mobile
ahead.
Corner Crew is there in Discord.
Mobile Corner Crew's there.
With that being said, we will see you guys this weekend. Have a great week. Go Tigers.
Niagara sucks. Roll Tech.
R-I-V-R-I.